Welcome to O Channel O Nutrition. I'm your nutritionist Wenxin.
I'm Shake here.
Hi, welcome to Marvelous March.
Wow.
And for March, what are we going to discuss about in O Nutrition today?
I think we have it every day in our every diet. It's a must. I think it's most of the people favorites. What is that?
Why? Favorite chocolate?
No. It's kind of essential in every meal.
Yeah, let's guess what is it. Because I already know the answer.
Because chocolate is kind of snack, right? It's not essential. It's just like kind of snack and maybe kind of unhealthy snack as well.
Yeah.
But this guy is essential and a must in every meal of the
Yeah,
day.
let me give you one more hint. If you still remember, maybe during your primary or secondary school, your teacher, biological teacher, teach you, or science teacher teach you about the 7 food groups, food classes. We got carbs, we got fats, and another one important thing is protein.
Yes, exactly. So we are going to talk about protein today. So what is protein actually? It's kind of like I think it's very important to make up your cell, your tissue, your body tissue especially. So you always heard of like those, especially bodybuilders, athletes, they must have a lot of proteins. You look at their diet, a lot of protein, especially like chicken breast, eggs, a lot of this kind of protein. But are you getting enough protein? That's important. Because just now we're talking about like athletes, very active person. How about healthy adults, normal adults? Do you getting enough protein in your daily diet? So we're going to discover this topic today.
Yeah, because protein is known as the building blocks of our cells. So it helps in the growth and development in everybody's body, including like children, teenagers. They need to grow up, they need to grow taller and bigger. So, but aside from growing, many people do not know that actually protein has a lot of benefits especially for our immunity.
Yes,
that's why our topic for today is: are you deficient in protein? Then if it is it, then you are risking your immunity. But before this, let us show you what are the signs or symptoms that showing that you are maybe low in protein.
Yeah, you are lacking of protein in your diet. What are the symptoms here? So the first one is thinning hair and
brittle nails.
Okay.
Yeah, I know everyone, especially ladies, not only ladies, and men also want a very thick and luscious hair, shining hair, no matter what color it is, as long as it is thick. And like, because some actors, if they are maybe start to have the phenomenon of thinning hair, then many their fans will start to criticize them because it kind of like affects your outer appearance.
Yeah, this kind of like signature appearance, like where you have a healthy black hair and shining hair, you are charming, especially like those artists on the stage. But even nowadays, the teenagers, those admire, especially like K-pop, they like to dye their hair as well.
Yeah, it's very harmful to the hair.
Yeah, in fact, and those like manicure that make their nails very pretty to show off in maybe Instagrams, those like. But what if you have those like brittle nails? Then you must have go to those like manicure to cure it, to make it
treatment.
Pretty.
Yeah, if you are those people who going to salon quite frequently, or you're buying shampoo, then you may notice
look for like damaged hair.
And one word is keratin. Keratin treatment, maybe in salon or even the shampoo enriched with keratin. So what is keratin? Yeah. So keratin actually is kind of protein which make up most of the composition of your hair. Like 90% of your hair is made up from protein, from keratin. That's why when your body is lacking protein, then you start to have thinning hair and brittle nails.
Okay, so that means that our hair cells and our nails are basically make our protein, amino acid, and keratin is one of the protein types for our hair cells, right? So that's why we need those kind of keratin for getting pretty healthy
stronger hair. Okay. Not so easy to split or break down.
Yeah, because sometimes we got hair loss for like no appearance reasons, so we don't know why. Then maybe that could be a sign of you are getting not enough protein in your diet. So you have to be aware of that.
Okay, so the second one we have weakness, fatigue, and mood changes. Wow, because we know protein is very essential for our growth, including the development of our muscles. So when your diet is lack in protein, then you may not have that enough muscles, which makes you feel weaker. And we know that our red blood cell got this hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, they also need protein. So when you are lacking protein, you may not have enough red blood cell, which makes you a little bit anemic. That's why you maybe with fatigue, you feel like very dizzy, very tired.
Yeah, getting tired easily, right? And then another one is mood changes. So why it will cause effect on the mood changes, like those especially the depressed feeling.
Yeah, anxiety, depression, because we know in our brain there's something called neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is also made up of protein. Yeah, so when you are lacking protein, then you may not make enough this neurotransmitter. Then your brain will not secrete enough of dopamine, serotonin, which are those emotional hormones in the body. Then you will feel so low, so emo.
Yeah, it's deal with those hormone changes, right? And protein make a very significant effect on our hormone changes as well. So if you are lacking of protein, that may cause changes on your hormones and especially getting you bad moods, right?
Yeah. Then the third one we have loose muscle and skin structure. This is very apparent, very distinct.
Yeah, I think it's very concerned, especially for ladies.
Yeah, because we know collagen. Collagen is also one kind of protein.
Yeah.
So when your skin, your body is lacking collagen, then the skin will start to become saggy, not so elastic. Like you're getting old. Maybe when your body is lacking protein, maybe you're just 26, but people may think that according to your skin condition, you are 36, isn't it? So sad.
Sad, true. Yeah, that's why we need protein instead of just having those collagens. Protein also important. It's kind of a base for your skin structures. So you have to have enough protein, including those collagen intake, so to make your skin firm and elastic, right?
Yeah. Then how about this slow wound recovery?
So this is quite common, especially when we have wounds, we got a small cuts. Then you can see whether how long time taken to recover from that wound.
Yeah. I think most people will have this observation when you're getting older, you may notice that your wounds, no matter your skin or any parts of the skin, will start to heal slower.
Take longer time.
Take longer. One of it is because of the slower metabolism. Yes. But another one maybe your diet is lacking protein, because we know when your wound, your skin, they want to mend back, they want to heal, they need these connective tissues made up of protein. And also when your blood, they want to clot, the clotting factors in the blood also made up from protein. Yeah, that's why protein is very important. Yeah, including to wound healing.
Yeah, because we always mention that protein is good for cell growing. So when you're healing your wound, it actually the growing of the cells. So when you have lacking of this kind of building blocks as a protein, so you are just slow down all the process of healing.
Okay, the fifth one, what's that?
Poor immunity, the key topic today when we mentioned in the beginning, when we mentioned this, you are risking your immunity when you are lacking protein. How are you going to affect our immunity with this lacking of protein?
Yeah, some people they may feel that why they are the kind of people who fall sick very easily. Yeah, maybe you get a flu, a cold, you're catching a flu and cold maybe twice in a week, and other people seem so normal, so healthy. Yeah. One of the reasons may be in your plate, your diet. So when your diet is lacking protein, then we know actually our immune system, when some maybe bacteria or virus come to invade our body, our immune system will produce antibodies, and these antibodies will help to fight these bad guys off. Yeah, kill them.
Kind of like our soldier to protect our bodies, right?
Yes, but when your body is lacking protein, then the immune system, they can't make that enough of these antibodies. That's why you get sick very easily, because you don't have a very strong defense system. Yeah, you don't have enough materials to build weapons, so how can you fight the enemies?
Yeah, so there's protein also make the main role in making those kind of defense system, right? So that's why you have a lacking protein, then you have a weak defense system, that means you have poor immunity to fight against those diseases.
Yeah, so when maybe your parents, you're getting noticed that your children, they always fall asleep, fall sick, then you can start to like aware maybe the meals you prepare for them is nutritious, balanced or not.
Yeah, because you always encourage them have more fruit and vegetable to have those like minerals and vitamins to strengthen their immunity. But actually, protein also play an important role in building a stronger immunity systems.
Yeah. The next one is hunger pangs. Wow, I think it's quite a common phenomenon among us lah. Working adults lah, or even your housewife lah. Sometimes even
Always
after a meal, you always feel hungry, want to eat something. But how protein comes playing a role in this situation?
Yeah, because protein other than like carbs, we always have in to fuel our energy, right? Then protein also is high in giving our energy, and then it also have fiber actually. So it's giving our satiety. So to let you feel not that hungry, feel full, so that you will always feel hungry at the time. Because carbohydrate give you energy, then you have energy burns easily. But proteins will give you longer satiety, so that you won't like always craving for food.
Yeah, so actually it's advisable for you to take like 10 to 20% of protein among your daily calorie intake.
Yeah, we will give you like a bigger picture after this, how to have like enough protein in your every meals, right?
Yes.
So
let's proceed to swelling and edema. Now we know swelling, edema around our ankles, our feet, our abdomen, because we know our body, we have this protein known as albumin. And this albumin actually will help to prevent the fluid from leaking out from the cells. Yeah, when you're lacking this albumin, then those fluid inside the cells will start to leak out. And when they leak out, they will like maybe they will in your abdomen, then you have a swelling belly, your swelling ankles.
Yeah, basically it just help to maintain the fluids balance inside between our cells, right? Like so if you have enough protein, like just once it's mentioned albumin, then you have to maintain the fluids balancing, so that you won't like just like causing the water leaking out, so that it causes a phenomenon of swellings. And then swelling and edema is kind of like a sign. Other than you are lacking of protein, there may be a symptom that you have the problem of your kidney.
Yeah, because kidney also helps to balance the water in your
the
body.
fluids inside your body. So, but if in that case, there may be a kind of serious symptoms, like if you have a kidney damage. So you have to aware of this kind of symptom. Maybe it's not like saying that if you have swelling and edema, then you just have more protein, then you can solve the problem. You have to diagnose properly with your medical practitioners or maybe nutrition consultations to identify actually what is the problem to cause this kind of like swelling or edemas.
Yes, and not to forget this short attention span and insomnia, and also cravings for sweet and savory foods. Wow. So actually
quite a lot of people have this kind of problem, insomnia, and they never relate to like protein intake.
Yeah, actually it's kind of related to the neurotransmitter.
Yeah.
Because when you're lacking protein, then your brain might be lacking in some raw materials to build some hormones, and you will disrupt emotion and also sleeping quality.
So again, it's a hormone changes, like it affects you. So and then it affects to your memory span also. So it causes your memory. Not to say memory loss, but you like
brain fog lah. Maybe you'll be focused in this second, and then maybe next second you started to like become busy, fuzzy, a very big shift.
Forgetful.
A very big shift between your attention. Brain fog. Yeah. And then the last one, cravings for savory and sweet food, also related to hormones, because the protein will help the body to secrete those satiety hormones.
Okay,
Yeah.
let you feel full like that.
Yeah, when you're lacking protein, then your body wouldn't secrete enough of satiety hormone. Then you feel hungry and you start to look for various kind of unhealthy foods, especially those sweet and savory ones. Yeah, snacks, cakes, desserts.
Wow, so delicious. So that's quite important to have like enough protein intake in your daily diet so that you won't always feel hungry and looking for those like unhealthy snacks, especially high in sugar and high in fats, those kind of savory foods, right?
Yeah, but after we discuss these 9 symptoms in protein deficiency, some our friends may be very nervous already. Oh, I want to look for protein supplement from now. I'm afraid I may be lack in protein. Actually, as long as you're normal, healthy adults, actually, as long as you practice nutritionally balanced diet, you have those quarter of grains, quarter of protein, and a half of those veggies and fruits. Actually, you wouldn't need to worry so much about protein deficiency. But still, there are some people, some groups of people that need to be more aware on their protein
Need
intake.
more protein. Why? Let's have a look here.
Yeah. Who are they? The first one is pregnant and breastfeeding.
Yeah, this is kind of making sense. When you have pregnant, then that means you have like another baby growing.
Yeah.
So like another intake you need. So that's why you need to upsize your protein intakes. This kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, actually, not necessarily eat for 2, but from the amount, not necessarily eat for 2, but
Yes.
from the nutrition-wise, you still need to take extra nutrient. For example, like iron, protein, and also folic acid for the growth of your baby, for the fetus.
Yeah.
For breastfeeding mother, they need to produce enough good quality of breast milk for the baby, so they also need sufficient protein.
Yes, they might have a better guideline from those like clinicals have done when you're going for the checkup during the pregnancy periods. So don't overeating. It's not eat for 2, but at least you have enough. What we're calling that you have like enough protein.
Yeah, meet the nutrient requirement for maybe because we have different requirement during your first, second, third trimester. Yeah, so remember to consult with your doctors.
Yeah, have it accordingly. So lactating mother as well, because you have a lot of energy expenditure when you're doing lactating. You're trying to breastfeed your children, so that's why you need more energy and protein intakes during your lactating periods. Okay, so don't trying to like getting like slim down during your lactating and cut off all the calories from the carbs and also protein during your lactating time. In fact, that you need more of that because you are actually quite energy consuming during your breastfeeding periods.
Yeah, and breast milk is only food for your newborns. So remember to give them very good quality breast milk.
Yeah, that's true.
Very important for the growth and health.
Yeah.
So next one, elderlies.
And
Why?
growing children, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have children and teenagers. Yeah. We know it's very common. Children and teenagers, they need to grow. If they are at a stage of life which they grow very fast.
Yes.
Their metabolism is very good, so they need more protein for their growth.
Yeah, otherwise you may cause like stunted growth of the children and then maybe malnutrition among them. So that's why like we mentioned earlier that protein is important for cell growing. So that's why those like growing children and teenagers that need a lot of protein intakes during these periods, right?
Yeah, and next one we have elderly. So actually, elderly because they are undergoing some psychological, physiological changes. For example, they have poorer digestion and absorption of protein. Maybe they have swallowing problem. They have bad dental health, which makes them become malnourished, especially with proteins and other important nutrients.
And especially we always heard about sarcopenia amongst elderly because of lacking of protein. Because most of the protein source for normal people maybe come from meat. Then and for elderly, they may have chewing problems. Difficult to chew. It's too hard for them to chew. Then that's why they are willing to eat like those like protein source like meat or maybe like beans, right? For them. So that's why they tend to have lacking protein problems, right?
Yeah, when they are lacking protein, they will start to have loss in muscles, namely sarcopenia. And this sarcopenia is very quite dangerous because when the elderly they are getting not enough muscle, they become very weak, very fragile. Then they fall off very easily. And we know that when an elderly fall down, they have a high risk of bone fracture, which is which affects their mobility and the rest of their life. It's a very sad case. So be very cautious on your, maybe you have elder parents at home,
Yes.
take care of their diet. Yeah.
Instead of just giving them like calcium supplement, because we always think that bone health very important factor is their calcium intakes, but in fact proteins also have to improve your bone health. So there's a study showing that actually if you have enough higher calcium intakes, and also you have to like accompany with your higher protein intake so that you can help to improve your bone health instead of just taking calcium alone.
Yeah. So next one we have vegan. So if you are vegetarian, you may still eat those protein foods like eggs and dairy products. But when you are vegan, you're omitting eggs and dairy products. Then actually, if they are
Less
not,
source of
yeah,
protein.
yeah, because they have less option of the protein sources, and some people, some vegans, they're not aware of the plant-based protein source. Then they might be lack in protein in their normal diet.
Yeah, because some people may think that vegan is just choosing like vegetable, fruits only. Other than that, they don't need anything, or maybe they choose like those like analogs, like those like fake meats we call as, but that actually is not really high in protein as well. There's most of them is like carbs, like right.
Those traditional mock meats, they
Yeah.
are like mostly made from flour.
Yeah, but some people might not know. They thought that since I can take like the real meats that I use for those like mock meats. So to replace it, they thought that there's like kind of like replacement, but in fact that's not. So that may make them like lacking of proteins, and then this may cause those like severe consequences that
Yeah.
we don't know. Right?
So if you are vegan, stay tuned because in next
Like a lot of suggestions for you.
shortly we have a lot of plant-based protein suggestion for you.
Alright,
Okay, next one.
after surgery.
After surgery, so we know during surgical procedure that we have cuts, you cut your bodies, then you have damage on your muscles,
That you
and
need
then
a wound healing.
yeah, when you need to heal your skin structure, your muscles, you need proteins.
Yeah, you need to like, because our muscle tissue like being cut and tear, then you need recovery, then you need some like nutrients for them. So like protein is the building block of a cell, so you need recovery, then you need proteins. That's why after those, especially those after surgery, then you need more protein than your usual time so that you can recover faster.
Yeah, next, always fall sick and poor immunity.
Yeah, this is what we mentioned in the beginning of the show. So like immunity system, you need protein to build out your immune systems, immune cells to the first line of the defense system, so that you can fight against those like infection, virus, or disease.
Yeah, because some people when they fall sick very easily, they will start to look for vitamin C supplements. But actually, it's not only vitamin C. You still need to like be aware of your protein.
Yeah, the very baselines of your defense system, you have to fill them up. So then next is the elites of those like very active persons.
Yeah, sports lover, especially those on very high volume training.
Yeah.
Yeah, picking up a lot of weight.
Yeah, weight training like bodybuilders, they want their muscle to look stronger, right? So that's why you need more bodybuilding, the protein.
Yeah, to help in the building the body's shape.
Yeah.
And also,
Yep.
and also because they are very active, and the body will burn a lot of calorie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and protein is one of the very good source for the supply of energy.
Yeah, they feel hungry all the time, I think. So that's why they're always craving for food, and then every time you see their food, lots of like protein source, like like chicken breast, a lot of eggs. Sometimes you can see like when people have the boiled egg, like 4 to 5 pieces of boiled egg at one time. So can you imagine how high protein intake they have? But because they are very active person, but let's say you are not that active, it's not as possible to have like this kind of like protein intakes, right?
Yes. Last one we have if you have certain health issues, for example, that might affect your absorption and digestion of protein. For example, like cancer, and also your liver disease, you undergo dialysis, or you have a very poor digestive system. For example, because we know that when someone have a very poor stomach, maybe they secrete not enough of those gastric. Because gastric also helps to break down protein. So when you have low stomach acid, then it will also affect your protein absorption.
That may be cause like indigestion.
Yeah. And some people, remember, for example, those dialysis patients, because dialysis we know they will lose a lot of protein through the dialysis procedure. So they also need to take care of their protein intake. They need to take more protein than other healthy people.
Yeah, so you have to like follow the instruction of a dietitian or like medical practitioner, so that they give you better guidelines to how to improve to get better, more protein intakes based on your own condition, especially you have like specific like health issue. So just try not to ignore it lah.
Okay, so just now we'll show you what's the signs and symptoms when you're lacking protein and who needs more protein. And now, because just now we mentioned about vegans, now we are going to show you what's the plant-based sauce protein options for you. Because we know many people when they think of protein, they just think of those animal sauce. Because we know protein, we have animal sauce and plant sauce.
Yes.
Animals like meats, your poultry, your fishes. And also plants, we have these beans, legumes, including some nuts.
Yeah, a lot of sauce, more sauce that we might not aware that's actually contain high protein contents, right? Because other than those people like meats a lot, but some people might not get meat lover, but they thought that I need protein, then I just have to eat meats or eggs. But it's in fact there's a lot of other sources that you can choose from there.
Yeah, and many people they have this wrong concept, thinking that okay, if you don't eat meat, you don't get protein. Yeah, actually eating plant-based protein, you still can meet your protein requirement for the condition that you eat it right. So today we're going to teach you how to eat right in terms of on the plant-based protein.
Yeah, those plant-based protein that's comparable to the animals' proteins. What are they? The first ones, the complete proteins like soybean or the soy-based products.
So actually, in terms of plant-based food, soybean is the kind of very famous kind of complete protein. What is complete protein? Actually, we know proteins they are made up of amino acids, and amino acids can be categorized into one essential and non-essential. Essential means that your body cannot make it. You have to take this protein, consume from your diet. So complete proteins means that this kind of protein have those 9 essential amino acids your body needs, and incomplete means that they may be lack of 1 or 2 in those essential amino acids. So looking for complete plant-based protein food, one of the very famous is soybeans. Including edamame. Edamame is kind of a younger version of soybean. Yeah, they are still green, immature.
Soybeans, because people might not know that actually the same category, same type of that, because they thought it's different because different color. But actually one is immature and one is mature soybean, and both are very good source of plant-based proteins.
Yeah, and also any kind of products made from soy. We know that in Malaysia we have a lot of tofu lah, hard tofu lah, tau hua lah, tempeh lah, and also soy milk a lot lah.
Yeah, soy milk is quite a common even you for like pasar malam you still can get, but those but have to beware those commercial one is most of them are very high in sugar.
Yeah,
it's very sweet like tofu pie as well.
Try to look for those homemade kind of. Healthier, and you can read their ingredient.
Otherwise you can just request like low sugar or no sugar. Okay, just purely like soy milk or tofu pie. Then it will be a better choice for you to get just higher protein instead of just getting higher like sugar intake.
Yeah. Next one we have combined few incomplete plant-based protein. Incomplete plant-based protein sources, for example, lentils and beans. We know there's many kinds of beans and lentils. Red lentils lah, yellow red lentils lah.
Yeah,
many beans are red beans, mung beans,
can't even
black beans.
name it.
Yeah, so actually you can mix them, combine them. Maybe you can make into some mixed bean salad, mixed bean soups, or maybe you're cooking dal. You add not only yellow dal, you can add in the red
More type of
lentil.
beans
Yeah.
inside, right?
So actually, when you combine them, because they when solely they are incomplete protein,
Yeah.
but when you combine them, every one of them
Mix
will
and match become
mix and match,
complete
they become complete already. Like many people come into one, like that kind of idea concept.
Yeah, because like this kind of bean have like 3 types of essential amino acid. They have another 2-3 types. Then when you combine together, you get a complete amino acid together. So you just don't have like, because some people might think that, oh, I always have soybean, just soybean. It's so like boring.
Very sad.
Yeah. So then you can mix up together instead of just getting like soybean. Then
Third one, we have this practice easy grains plus pulses combination. Pulses actually means beans and tills. So you can how to combine. First one, actually you can cook your rice with the beans. You know, in Japan they have this azuki beans cooking with the rice. It's quite nice, quite fragrant with the azuki beans. And if you don't cook them together, you can eat them together. It's very easy, You eat rice and you mix it with your bean dishes.
Yeah.
And maybe you are eating sandwich. You have bread. Bread is one type of the carbs, grains.
Yeah.
And also when you are mixing with those vegetarian tuna made from chickpeas.
okay.
Then this is vegetarian style tuna lah. When you eat them together, this sandwich you can get the complete protein.
Yeah, those are whole grains intake. So we always have like whole grain rice, right? So then maybe you can just add more like beans inside. Then you make the texture more richer. So you have more texture and then you have more nutrients inside. Then you get more those like essential amino acids, so that you can got a complete essential amino acids as a protein intakes instead of just having like soybean.
Yeah. And then the fourth, consume protein-rich carbohydrate food. Yeah, actually in terms of carbohydrate food, there's actually like buckwheat, quinoa, amaranth. These are known as complete protein.
Okay.
Because they are carbohydrate, they are fall into the carbohydrate grains
Because they
category.
have higher carbohydrate content.
Yeah,
but other than that, they still have like protein, right?
Yeah, they are a source of a complete protein actually.
Yeah, so it kind of choice for you.
Okay.
So
Consume protein-rich fat food. Just now it's carbohydrate, now it's fat food. So in terms of fat food like nuts and seeds, peanut butter, peanut, almond, walnut, they're also quite rich in protein.
yeah,
So you can add them into your daily diet.
so it kind of like good fat as well lah. But have to be aware of the portion lah. So you can just have a handful a day. So to replace, substitute so like part of your proteins and fats intake of the
Yes.
daily meal.
Lastly, we have use pure, minimally processed plant-based protein powders when needed.
Okay.
Protein powder supplement is very famous.
Yeah, we're trying to encourage whole food, because the whole food like just like we mentioned, the pulses, the beans, because they are other than like main protein source. Actually, they have other nutrients, other vitamin and minerals, and even fiber inside. But if you're going to this kind of processed protein like powders, then you have like just solely protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have others.
Yeah, but you still can use it when needed. Is maybe especially you are on weight training.
Yeah, you need
Yeah,
extra
you need
protein.
extra.
Then you might opt for that. But instead of that, in your daily lifestyle, is better to get from those like whole foods. So that you will first, you don't overtake your don't get the protein over, because you might overtaking your protein just because of you taking extra these protein powders. Then another point is because you can get extra like vitamin, mineral. At the same time, you're getting protein from the whole food.
Yeah, so actually we know protein is very important in our health, in our general health well-being. But one advice is don't overtake, especially when you consume this supplement kind of protein source. Because even though the overconsumption of protein is not that common among Malaysians. But still, when you overconsume protein, you get some health issues. For example, kidney stones. Yeah, and also when you overconsume protein, you may have bad your gases, you're bloated. Yeah, so very careful on your diet. Remember to be balanced, not to over in terms of any kinds of nutrients.
Yeah, we always say that if you heard search on that, you will know that how much protein intake do you require a day. Like we mentioned in the beginning, maybe 1 gram per kilo kg. But people will say that, oh, if I 60 kg, then I need 60 gram protein. Then like one whole egg, then will be 60 gram. Is it called like that? No, we are talking about protein requirement. So in one whole egg is 60 grams. It's the whole egg, weight of the whole egg. But instead of that, the protein intake, the protein of the whole egg is about like 6 to 7 grams only. So don't be too worried about getting over intake of proteins in your daily diet. So like we mentioned beginning, like you have to nutritional balance of diet every meal. So at least you have like quarter of your plate are the protein source. So let's say you have 3 meals a day, so you have just like 3 portions, enough portion of your protein. Then you don't have to worry about getting overdose of those protein intakes It's so have to be aware of your protein source. That's what is most important.
Yeah, and in conclusion, actually, protein needs varies among people due maybe the age and gender, your health status, and also a physical activity level. So, if you have any question, maybe you want to know according to customized to your own person or your children, how much protein do you or your children need? You can PM us. Actually, we have a nutritionist team to help you to solve your questions, your inquiries. So I think that's all from us today. If you still have any questions, remember to PM us, and you like our video, try to share it to your friends. And I'm Wen-Xin, your nutritionist.
I'm Shake here.
So see you next round. Bye bye.